Will we need to start without Facebook Live then?
Well, Tim.
Yeah, I guess so.
And Tim, maybe give it another try in a little bit, but.
Okay, that sounds good. We're recording, but just not live yet.
Okay. So it is 5:28, and we'll call this public hearing to order. Recording of the roll, please.
All present.
Thank you. And we'll open the public hearing to hear comment on a blight violation of Detroit De Novo LLC at 143 West Oak Street, parcel number 52-27-204-260.
Okay, as you guys can see, Tom's pulling up a PowerPoint presentation here. A little background on this property is we've had some issues here with the previous few people that owned or resided at this property. The most recent was purchased from a tax sale in 2017. We've had issues there ongoing back and forth since. This year we've sent notices on June 29th, July 16th, August 31st. So again, there's some photos Tom has if you can go down through them. On the left is beginning of this summer, and on the right is today, this afternoon. Some progress made on these two photos. The next photos down are the side of the building, what it looked like in July on the left and today on the right. So there is some progress being made on the property. So I can't deny that fact that it's gotten a lot better. The next photos are the left one being in August and the right one right here being today. And we still have some issues there in the rear of the yard. Mattresses, furniture, that kind of thing that was in the house when this individual has purchased it. So, and there's one more photo on the next slide. That's the rear of the house, which compared to what it looked like 2 months ago is a lot cleaner up by the house. I don't know if the commission has any questions on this property or any comment.
If there's no commissioner questions or comments, Tim, is there any public that would like to comment on this matter?
All right, let me find out for you. If there's anybody present in attendance that would like to make a comment to the commission regarding this this property, please raise your hand, and that's by pushing the raise hand in the lower center of your screen. All right, looks like we're good, Annette.
Okay, thank you. And of the commission, any other comments before we close this hearing? Any? No? Okay, we'll close the public hearing at 5:32. And I call the regular meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And just verifying with Tim that our phone link or online link is working.
Yes.
Thank you. Recording of the roll, please.
All present.
Thank you. Item C, approval of the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you. Is there support?
Support.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Corcoran, seconded by Commissioner Mildren to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any other comments, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Care,
Yes.
Corcoran,
Yes.
Mildren,
Yes.
Semo,
Yes.
Birchall.
Yes,
Motion carries unanimously.
thank you. Item D, approval of the agenda.
I'll make a mo-
Before you make a motion, I just want to bring your attention to one item, and that's under old business. It was added to take action on the public hearing that was missed. So just want to make sure everybody has that current agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Mildren, seconded by Commissioner Corcoran to approve the agenda as presented. Roll call vote, please.
Corcoran,
Yes.
Mildren,
Yes.
Semo,
Yes.
Care,
Yes.
Birchall.
Yes,
Motion carries unanimously.
thank you. Item E, are there any citizens wishing to address the commission on items that are on tonight's agenda?
Okay. So anyone that would like to make a comment, please raise your hand. And it looks like we have one so far. So Jeff Barker, I will allow you to speak. And then you just have to unmute yourself.
Good evening, everybody. Jeff Barker here, 1146 South Washington, Lansing, Michigan, on behalf of some local Ironwood residents hoping to get a commercial marijuana permit. I want to say, again, I know this has been a long road. Even before I became involved late last year, you guys have put in a ton of work on this ordinance. And I'm really hoping that we can move forward on it tonight. I'm really appreciative of the edits made after the meeting 2 weeks ago. I would still just point out that the signage restrictions are still overly restrictive, not allowing any graphics on the signage. Seems to be hard for some of these brands to be able to get their brand name out there, to set themselves apart from others, if they're only allowed to do just plain lettering for their signage. I think that's going to be problematic, and I hope that you can look to maybe allow graphics. If you want to get rid of the green leaf and things like that, that's not a problem. Most companies nowadays don't even use that in their marketing for various reasons. And then I would also just like to see if the commission would be willing to increase the cap that they have set to reduce the likelihood of any potential litigation when the scoring happens. But outside of that, I just wanted to again say thank you for your time and consideration on this, and I hope that we can move forward and we can start getting some applications filed in the next couple of months. So thank you so much for your time. I look forward to watching the discussion.
Thank you. Any other citizens wishing to address the commission on items on the agenda?
All right, so same thing. Anybody that would like to address the commission, please raise your hand. All right, Annette, we don't have anybody.
Okay. Moving on to any item F, citizens wishing to address the commission on items that are not on this agenda.
All right, same thing. Anybody that would like to speak, please raise your hand. All right, looks like same thing.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move on to item G, update on the COVID-19 response.
Thank you. We'll go through our normal protocol here and have Paul, then Tom, then Andrew provide any updates for the commission in their respective areas.
Thanks, Scott. From the finance side of things, not a whole lot to update the commission on. At the last meeting earlier that day on August 24th, I think I had informed the commission that the state completed their August revenue sharing consensus, where they were going through the current fiscal year budget, state's current fiscal year budget, and the future budgets, and really doing some estimates on sales tax, income tax, things like that from the statewide level. I'm working through that data and calculating the impacts to the city. I hope to have a much more thorough, or will have a much more thorough report for the commission at the next meeting when I typically present my financial reports. But just in short, we did receive some CARES Act funding from the state. This was not replace, they're calling it replacement for the August statutory revenue sharing. Essentially that went away and this took the place of it. The amount that we received was about 150% of what the August statutory revenue sharing was supposed to be. So that's a good thing. However, it is still less than what we originally budgeted for. So it didn't fully make up for it, but it is something. Again, the CARES Act money does come with some reporting requirements, and those CARES Act funds need to be used in accordance with the federal guidelines. Fortunately for us, public safety, payroll, and other expenses do qualify for that. So I'm confident that we will have plenty of eligible expenses to use up those funds. So those are the CARES Act dollars received to date. I did sit in on a MML webinar this morning, hoping for an update on 2 of the other programs that we've applied for, the hazard pay premium, as well as the payroll reimbursement going back to April and May. They haven't released that information yet. They're hoping to release that early this week, so that would be tomorrow and Wednesday, and hopefully the state will be sending out at least the hazard pay premium funds later this week. They had $100 million available for the hazard pay statewide, and I believe they received anywhere from 40 to 50 million in requests. So they're going to have some excess funds available out of that program. On the payroll reimbursement program, there was 200 million available, and the requests to date were upwards of 350 million. So with that, those payments, once the state has gone through and vetted all of the requests, it's looking like those will be prorated. So if you remember, we submitted reimbursement for about $200,000 for those months of payroll. So we're probably looking somewhere between 50 and 55% of that amount once they go through the final approval. So again, we're waiting to hear. We're anxious. Of course, as information becomes available, we'll definitely let the commission know. That's the end of my report, unless there are any questions.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. There isn't a lot to report from community development. However, the grants through the Michigan Restart Grant Program are now being sent out. My understanding is that there are some businesses that have received checks from the state. So that money is being distributed throughout our community now to, I believe, what it was, 31 businesses in the city of Ironwood. So hopefully that'll help people. As you may have heard, another package at the federal level has not passed. So it sounds like there won't be any more money coming to the feds until after the election, or from the feds until after the election, is our understanding. So we do still continue to do we're moved to now bi-weekly updates from Invest UP, where we have an opportunity to hear what's coming back down from the state as new grant opportunities are presented. We'll definitely share them with the community as best we can. Thank you.
Thank you.
From public safety, not much to report. We continue to work with city staff and community members on COVID-19 issues. We're reaching out to people if there are issues. We would like to be the liaison to contact social service programs. Those continue to be a challenge according to some people in our community. So if there are any issues in the community, obtaining information to these social service programs, we do encourage them to call our office to work out the details, to come in contact with those agencies. So other than that, nothing new to report.
Any update on numbers, Andrew?
I don't have an update on numbers. We are trending downwards in Gogebic County. According to Western UP Health, we do see an uptick, but that's in Houghton County, mainly directed with the testing at Michigan Tech University.
Thank you. Any other COVID-19 updates?
No other updates. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item H, an audience with Amber Hollenbeck from the Ironwood Tourism Council and Tim Erickson, our Assistant Community Development Director, regarding updating the Commission on marketing efforts from the Ironwood Tourism Council and the City of Ironwood.
Okay, thank you, Annette. So Amber and I prepared I guess a somewhat brief presentation. Know that about a month ago, you had requested us to update you on where the ITC and City of Ironwood partnership is at. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly. All right, can everybody see that? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, one moment. Okay. So Travel Ironwood, or Ironwood Tourism Council. So what is Travel Ironwood? And some of these questions are a little bit more, or I guess some of this PowerPoint or presentation is a little bit more general in the beginning, just because I know that a lot of the maybe people that are watching this may not know what Travel Ironwood is. So it's basically the marketing name for the Ironwood Tourism Council. And the Ironwood Tourism Council is made up of motels and hotels in the city of Ironwood. And they are primarily funded directly through assessment tax from tourists. So, and also Amber and myself are the staff members for the Tourism Council. And maybe just a little bit of background about how, I guess, our partnership kind of fits in with the city's plan. And, you know, about 4 years ago, the city of Ironwood went through a very comprehensive branding process, and in which we developed a new logo. We got a brand standards guide, a platform, and a new tagline, the Find Your North tagline. And all of this happened through the comprehensive plan and different strategies through that. And then, you know, constantly taking it one step further, you know, utilizing our different committees and corporations, like the Ironwood Economic Development Corporation, and creating a marketing plan. And it just kind of all fits in together with our partnership. And a lot of what we do is focused on the attraction and retention of businesses, tourists, and people into our community, and then some other economic development mechanisms that we use with the brand, I guess specifically, is in helping us market through the Redevelopment Ready Communities Program, the community profile, relocation packets for, to employers, priority redevelopment sites, we advertise those, and also the creation and maintenance of our city website. So all these things are, I guess, based out of the branding and marketing strategy of the comp plan. And so just want to give some background on that. One thing that we do, the Ironwood Tourism Council specifically, or Travel Ironwood specifically, is community branding. And this really just kind of enforces or reinforces our brand when tourists are in our community. And we've done that through the creation of, most recently would be the US2 banners. I don't know if anybody has seen them, but every other pole along US2 has new banners. The downtown banners as well, which was actually primarily a city program, but and then different signs and maps that we're placing throughout the community that kind of guide maybe tourists to different locations, or I guess unique locations in our community. And then, let's see, and then the Travel Ironwood website is one of our, I guess, key things that we've done. It's about 1.5 years old, and it basically has it all. Everything that you can think of doing in our community, we're out there advertising it. We're creating just unique pictures and content that kind of showcase all of our different things. And the Travel Ironwood website is really our I guess, foundation to all of our other marketing, because everything that we do points back to this website. So let's see, and the next page, and I'm actually going to turn it over to Amber. So Amber, if you want to maybe take the next step.
If you haven't met me before, nice to see you all. Thanks for letting us present to you. So travel bloggers and influencers are a really popular marketing tool that we've started to utilize. Our first influencer we had was Shalee Wanders, and she is a nationwide and international travel blogger. And what these people do is they come to an area, they explore the area, then they write about it, they post about it on social media. So she came actually last year during Platter Day. And so she did a Stormy Kromer factory tour. Then she came downtown and experienced Platter Day and the downtown, and she just thought it was absolutely amazing. She went to Copper Peak, she went to the Porkies, and then we took her on a sunrise paddle on the Guile, and it was really great. We had a really huge response from her coming. The next one we had was Look About Lindsay. She's a Minnesota-based blogger. She came this past winter, and we had her do some cross-country skiing at ABR, downhill skiing at Powderhorn. They did some winter hiking. And also when they come, they go to different businesses and they kind of post about where they went and what they did and what they liked. We don't really tell them too much where to go. We let them kind of organically do that. And that was really well received as well. And then third, we had My Playground, and these are two brothers from downstate, and they explore Michigan in June, and they did Black River Harbor Scenic. I did Copper Peak. They did mountain biking. They did all the falls, paddle boarding. They have a blog, a podcast. They're also on all social media platforms, including TikTok, which is a kind of a newer social media platform for mainly younger people. And the videos that they did for us are their most shared, most liked videos. And they are coming back this fall for a fall color tour. So we're going to be their first stop, and they're doing that all across the UP. And we're hoping to work with them in the winter as well. So that's kind of what we've done so far. and we've had a lot of success with that. Kind of talked about that. So we've also hired videographers for videos that we produced to showcase the area, attractions, events. We have the Sisu Ski Fest as one of the events we did a video for. We've hired Brad Vara for these videos. Tim, were you going to share one of those, or?
Yeah. One sec, I just have to stop one share and move on to the next.
Okay.
Okay. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, so one thing that we wanted to just kind of share with you is maybe one of the videos that we produced. So this is on our YouTube channel, and I will, I guess, make it big.
Can't really hear it.
You can't hear it?
No.
Well, I guess we can just kind of watch it, I guess.
It's more effective with the music and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm sure you guys have seen these, and you can go to our YouTube channel and watch all of them. They're really pretty awesome videos.
Guys,
So along with hiring Brad. Oh,
did I lose you?
hello? I can hear you.
Yeah, I think my my computer froze when I stopped the share. Amber, are you able to move on without me?
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay.
I'll
Thanks.
try to wing it here.
Oh, I came back.
Okay. So along with Brad, for those videos, we've hired Jake Ring to do some Ironwood stories, and those will be coming out this fall and winter, sharing different families that why they've chosen to live in Ironwood and what they love about Ironwood. And those will be coming out, I think, at the end of September we have one, and then for the winter we'll have another one. We've also hired Brad Vara and Lexi Estela for photography, so we could build up our stock for